now we have Mrs. Whisperer, stop touching me balls. Sunday morning, fire up this one, upset the neighbours a little bit. It's going to be all blocked up. It's going to be nice, smart, fancy. This is the koi pond. Without the float switch working, the alarm system will kit in. So as you can see, I'm all set up here this morning. Yourself a workstation. Look, I've got a clean area. Check out the gravel. I've got a 3-to-1 mix again. I'll be using some of the Fed mix. Check that out. So where we're at here this morning, 2 shower filters that I'll be fitting. 2 stainless steel shower filters, may I add. What have you got to say to the people on the video, Alfie? I'm buzzing. It's looking like a proper koi pond now. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. Having a nice pop. It's damn hot. I've left myself 900 for the door so I can easily get my filters in and out. But yeah, happy days. Things is looking good. So I'm making hay when the sun shines. Thank you, mother, for the ice pops. More leaks in the guttering. Massive, massive progress here this morning. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So it's James the Koi Whisperer. Right then, so now we have a cement mixer. I got me cement, I got me gully drains, we got the sun shining. Time to crack on. Bank holiday weekend. I got to get as much done as possible. That's the plan, that's the idea, that's what we're going to do. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel now. Got one hell of a koi pond I'm building. Set up my cement mixer. It ain't the best one in the world, but it'll do the job that I want it to do. I got it off eBay. It was only 180 quid. Can't argue with that. I got all my cement ready to go this morning. 3-to-1 mix, 3 buckets of aggregate, 1 cement. What we're doing today is that we're going to put the foundation in for my filter house. This is where the filters are going to be living. It's going to be all blocked up. It's going to be nice, smart, fancy. This is the koi pond. Loads of things that I've got done so far in this project. I do apologise. I filmed a hell of a lot of footage yesterday of me fitting all of these drainage pipes, fitting to my pump station. But there was so much music, not from me, but from other people around. Fortunately, all the footage that I had, I can't use down to copyright issues. But I'll just explain where we're at and what I've done and the reasons why I've done some of the things. I'll be fitting a drum filter into this filter house, and as a lot of you probably know, a drum filter, you get waste water every hour pretty much. Needed somewhere for that water to go. So what I've done here, I've fitted myself a gully drain, I've put my rebar down, I've connected a 90 off of this sump channel drain. That runs directly down on a 10mm slope, which runs into this barrow. Barrow here has got a massive pump down at the bottom of it with a float switch on the bottom right there. When that water reaches at a certain level, it triggers the pump to come on, and then it will push all of this dirty water straight away up to the drain pipe and then back down to my soakaway, which I built, that's a silt trap, and the soakaway's under there. I've leveled off everything, making sure everything's how it should be. I've leveled off all my boards. What I did here, I was a bit concerned about, obviously everything's being concreted here. I was a bit concerned about where the wires go. Obviously when I concrete up to this mark, I didn't really want to put a hole in the manhole cover. I thought, what's the point of having a manhole cover if I got to drill holes in it? So what I did, I fitted a 2-inch bulkhead, pressure fitted. Not that it matters, it's a bit overkill for what it is, but it means I can get my wire for the pump in and out of the concrete whenever I need to. If anything ever goes wrong with this pump later down the line, I can easily just disconnect here off the non-return valve, which is fitted, and I can just replace that whole pump. The other reason why I wanted to fit this is so it's tidy against the wall. Also, that I've got an alarm system. If the barrow ever gets filled without the float switch working, the alarm system will cut in with an extra sensor with another float switch, which has to go through there as well. Part of the reason why I fitted this 2-inch bulkhead, it just makes me a peace of mind that I know that I can still access it. So what the plans are today is that I'm going to be concreting this whole area, making sure that everything's plumbing level, because I've got my board down both sides, and I'm just going to tamper back with this board. Like I said, I do apologise about everything that I done yesterday. For the pure fact of the music with copyright issues, I can't film it. But this is where we're at. This is what I got done yesterday. And today, Sunday morning, fire up this one, upset the neighbours a little bit. I have waited until 9 o'clock you know, it is a Sunday, and I do appreciate and respect everyone who lives around here. So I've just wired up me water supply. I've also fixed my gutter. Anyone that don't know, I had a slight leak which was coming in, which ruined my concrete a little bit. Nothing to worry about. I can fix that, but it was annoying me. So what I did yesterday, while the sun was out, everything was bone dry. So I took all of the gutter down, made sure they were all sparkling clean. For temporary, this is what I used. I used a full tube of that on every single seal. So hopefully I don't get no more leaks in the guttering. Did film it all, but I can't show you because obviously copyright issues, can't do that. But here we are, this is where we're at today. This is what's happening. Let's crack on with the video. Hope you can like the video for me, subscribe to the channel. Happy days. She's working an absolute beauty. Not a bad boy. Happy days. So I've almost done a whole ton already. Here we go, look, not bad for a morning's work all by myself. Just having a little 5-minute rest for a minute, just while this one mixes up. But that's nearly a whole ton in there now. I still got to come up to this drain, but I got loads more to do. Absolutely loads. But look at it, I ain't running out. I got loads of it. Thank you, mother for the rabbits. Top of the morning to me. So unfortunately yesterday, I had the same trouble with copyright issues. You can't blame people in the garden, banging out the music, having barbecues. I just can't, you know, everything that I film, it just comes through. Let me spin the camera around, show you what's happening, show you what I got done yesterday, and show you what I'm doing today. So as you can see, I'm all set up here this morning, ready to carry on doing some blocks. Got me saw out. I'm gonna cut the pipe up there in a minute. Cement mixers all down there, ready to rock and roll. Got myself a workstation. Look, I got a clean area. Check out the gravel. I haven't seen a bit of clean area in my garden for about 3 weeks. Happy days. So down here we got the cement mixer. I've got a 3-to-1 mix again. I'll be using some of the fed mix today basically, just to make sure it gives a little bit more playing time when I'm mixing up my sand for me laying my blocks. So what I got done yesterday, check this out. That there's all been laid. Not bad for a day's graft. Single man job. 3 ton of aggregate in there. All mixed up on the new cement mixer. I mean, I put that thing through some things I don't think it wanted to be put through, but it kept up. Done the job that I wanted to do. The old box was getting a bit warm, so I had to keep stopping and starting it every sort of 20 minutes or so, just for the pure fact I didn't want it overheating, and then I would have been messed up with no cement mixer. But check that out. So where we're at here this morning, all lovely and level. I can walk on this base. Check out me, look at that, look. I haven't screwed it down yet, but that is bang level. Can't argue at that. Not bad for an amateur. I mean, obviously I've got to screw it down, but yeah, got me drain all in. It does need cleaning up with a pressure washer, but I ain't worried about that. I can clean it up at a later date. Pipes are sitting lush. Oh, check this out. I also went all the way up through. Let me get round to the other side a minute, because the sun's in the way. So the gully drain that I fitted, it taps in there, which taps into the actual, into the drain which leads to the soakaway that lives over there. What I did halfway up here, I tapped in again with the same, with one of they bulkhead fitteds. One of they, forget what they're called now, but one of them down there. So what I did, halfway up through, I tapped in again thinking, right, I've got another access point for water to go, which is roughly around there, and this runs all the way up through, and it will continue all the way up to the very end when this gets blocked, and I can backfill all behind the back of there, because before I dug this pond out, that used to be ground level. It's backfill this with concrete all the way up through, and then this will run all the way to the very end. Happy days. So any water that may get behind the back of the pond, it's got somewhere to go, instead of just dripping behind the back of the pond and soaking through the blocks over the next, you know, 10, 15, 20 years, however long this pond's going to last me. I mean, I'm building it to last me the rest of my life. I don't plan on building another pond. This pond has put me through some paces I didn't expect. Some of the work that I've had to do for this pond, it's been mental, but I feel there's light at the end of the tunnel. I feel that I'm gaining, I feel that I'm getting somewhere. So today I'm going to carry on laying all of the blocks today. Hopefully get the skimmer in place, skimmer's going to live over here. So the returns will be 2 here. There'll be 1 over there. And I'll be sending loads and loads of water over the 2 shower filters that I'll be fitting. 2 stainless steel shower filters, may I add. They're both going to be 1 metre in length, and it will look absolutely mint when you see 2 bottom drains, 2 showers, glass window in the middle. I reckon that's the way to do it. But we're going to crack on today, get as much done as possible. And, well, I'll update you as and when. Obviously, it's bank holiday weekend, so people are in the gardens, people are having barbecues and playing music. So if I can film it, I'll film it. If I can't, I can't. But I will, for one thing for sure, I will update you later. Right, so I've got to take 50 mil off every block here a second. Just for my first run so I can tie it into the block. I'll show you in a sec. Get the OG one out. Look out, boys! Then what you do, there's no point cutting both sides of the block. Just give them a little tap. And he falls off like that. Like a professional boy. Look out now then. So I've called in my little helper. Alfie's helping me out. What have you got to say to the people on the video, Alfie? Right then, so I'm having a little break. I'm having a nice pop. It's damn hot. It's hot. Hotter is an understatement, but look, this is where I'm at. So the reason why I had to cut these blocks down is because I wanted to make sure that I tied into the pond itself. So I had to take 50 mil off this first run just to make sure that this here tied in perfect. I've left myself 900 for the door so I can easily get my filters in and out, no problem at all. The back wall is being laid on their belly because this will run all the way up to the end. The side walls, I've laid them on their uprights. It'd be more than strong enough because finished height will be there. So another 2 runner blocks be perfect. And then I'm going to wood frame afterwards. But it's certainly coming on. Let me get out here to show you. I would film a bit more, but the neighbours have just stopped their music for a minute and I'm just showing you what's happening and where we're to. But you can certainly see massive, massive progress here this morning. More than happy with how things are going. This back bit will all be filled to the same height as that, and then I'll slope it off so any existing water around the back of the pond will run down the path, and then obviously this will be walled all the way up through. But yeah, happy days. Things is looking good and I'm more than happy with things. Still, the measurements that I've done here, everything ties in dead perfect. These will be able to be pinned to the wall. Happy days. I've just sat the skimmer in place there for the pure fact just to remind myself where it's got to go when I get to that in a minute. But I'm going to come up to this height all the way around, and then I'll carry on with the pond and use all the blocks I got left, because that's all I got left. I'm going to use up every block that I've got today. I've got plenty of sand, plenty of cement left, but as you can see, the sun is banging today. I'm not going to complain because we had nothing but rain for the last couple of weeks, so I'm making hay when the sun shines. Thank your mother for the ice pops. Happy days. Right then, guys, I'll tell you one thing for sure. It's been hot today. Let me spin the camera around, show you what I've got done, where I'm at, and I'll tell you one thing. I'm buzzing. It's looking like a proper koi pond now. Thank your mother for the rabbits. Right then, ladies and gents. So I've had a bit of a clean down. I've cleaned down the garden a bit. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But I've had a bit of a clean down. So got the old pressure washer out. I've laid myself a ton of chipping down here for the pure fact I need somewhere for the dog to go. So I've just cleaned it all off because it's that red clay stuck around the stone, and it's not staying here in the way of other stones going over the top of this. It's just a foundation ready to put my slabs in. I'll give the cement mixer a good pressure wash. I cleaned all the way up through here. I cleaned all the windows. I tidied this back up. I've got about half a bag left to sand and just sand for making me cement. I've got 10 bags of cement left. I've also got a whole Dumby bag, well, pretty much a full Dumby bag of aggregate, which I'll need that to fill in all my gaps and around the sides, and I'm going to show you all of that now. But look at that for a day's graft. the filter house is looking like a filter house. So I walk into my filter house. This has got to come up to level first, so don't worry about that. Inside the filter house, I'm going to have a step for the pure fact. My returns, when they come out of the biofilter, they'll run across here underneath, tie into there, and you won't see the pipes on the ground, and I'll know where they're to, and I'll make the step so I can access it. Skimmer's not living there. The skimmer is sort of in situ down to a point where I sort of want it to be, but it's got to go on the next 2 runs. I've just put it there for the time being, just so I remembered to do it. So I was working out this along the back. So these brackets that I was telling people about, what I was concerned about drilling my pipe, which will return here. Part of the reason why I've left a little gap, because I've got to put my feeds for my shower behind here. 2 showers, may I add. I've also got to put the feed for this. So this one's all glued up. I got my ties in. I haven't put my ties yet, but I've got to make up my mind where I pull that water in from, to the best way to tie that into the block, as well as make it tidy for my returns. So this return I'm talking about is actually up there, all set in place. The gully drain I can carry on all the way down the back of the pond now. Now I'm built up to here. I fitted those brackets all the way up through, so it will support the weight and the length of this pipe. The reason why I haven't put this pipe on yet, for the pure fact that these blocks have only been laid today, and I'll make sure they're fully set before I put the weight of that pipe on those brackets, trying to clip it in. Well, I'm well impressed. I'm well impressed with what I've done today. I mean, look at that. That there is quality. Look at the levels I've got in my filter house. Look, you ain't tripping over boy. Look at the state of these though. They have been through some paces, but they're still going strong. So the idea of me fitting this, so it can come right out, I can feed all of my other cables into it to get this pump station to work. At the moment, I've just popped the plug inside the tube. It's not staying on the plug, it's going to be hardwired into a proper box, but that there is just for time being, just in case this fills up with water. It will run over to here, it will run down underneath, and I can just fire up the plug and get rid of that water, because it runs underneath the ground, returning through here, down into my gully drain. Not into my gully drain, what are them called? Just the normal down pipes. Not down pipes, what's them called? Sewage pipes. I don't know what they're called, you know what I mean. And then that turns, see the back here, look, I've got loads of jobs left to do. I've still got to get hose into the block there. I was going to tie these in and bring them straight in, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. So I'll probably just put a couple of holes in here, have my electric, my water and gas, but I'll wait for the plumber to let me know what he, you know, what the best way of doing stuff, and my electrician, the best way of fitting that in, to make it as neat and tidy as possible. So this here has all got to be backfilled with concrete. I went basically maximum of my garden to make sure my, let me come out here a second. I went maximum of the garden to make sure that my filter house was square. So all of this is gonna, I have lost a portion of my garden, but I'm not worried about it. It's all gonna be backfilled, and I'm gonna slope this off, a massive slope on it, which will support the back of that wall, and it will also, any excess water, when I run my roof, I can run a drain to it and I can get rid of that water down there, so it's not in my garden. But yeah, look at this, look, I've got a clean area. I haven't had a clean garden for months, and now I'm at stage now where I know I need to work out how many more blocks I need to order. I need to work out how much more materials that I need, and I can just almost on the woodwork stage down to a point, and I like working with the wood. It's something that I'm a lot better at. I think I've done a cracking job at this, to be fair. You know, I'm not a brickie, and a lot of you know I've done all of this all by myself. I have had a little bit of help by a few helpers who's helped me load in a few barrels and mixing up a few mixes, but 95% of this work I have done myself, and I'm buzzing about it, to be fair. I'm not buzzing about it, I'm totally blown away by it. So we're nearly at the stage where I can show you what filters that I'm going to be having, how I'm going to be setting it up, because it's all going to be custom made and it's all going to be custom designed to what I want it to do. So you wait until you see what happens inside of here, because this will be something out of the ordinary and it'll be something different to what everyone else does, but I'm going to be doing a banging job on it. So on that note, guys, I'm going to end the video here because I'm going in and having some food. I've been working all weekend, non-stop, all bank holiday. I haven't sat down 1 minute, working from 6 in the morning right the way through. till like now, the sun is just drawing in. And on that note, I'm going to end the video here, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits.